Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to share a couple tips with you regarding growing a social media audience, building a platform. I know so many influencers who charge outrageous monthly membership fees or class costs to give this info to their followers. And I know that I don't have a ton of subscribers or followers, but I do think that there are a couple things that can really go very far when you're building a presence online. So instead of charging people for that, I wanted to share it for free in this video. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so Brianna Kay was on Instagram earlier today announcing her little membership monthly call where she's going to give all the tips and secrets on how to be an influencer and how to be a YouTuber.
Just about to start this month's membership call, but a lot of you are asking what it is. So it is a monthly call we do on Zoom so that we can see each other and we chat about business. So whether you are a YouTuber or a blogger, have any other kind of business that you're running, it's just a way to have community and connect and kind of talk about the latest tips and trends and things that help us as moms and wives and women in business and support each other. So
And I cannot stand that she charges people for this information, because even though I haven't listened or attended one of these Zooms, I know for a fact that there is not any information that she is giving to people that cannot be found online or for free through other resources. And I think that she's been shown before to be very greedy and money hungry, and I cannot stand the greedy, money hungry influencer. There's the entitled influencer, the disgusting influencer, and there's the money hungry influencer. And I think the money hungry, grimy kind of things that these influencers do online is just one of my least favorites. And just for anyone coming to this video that wants to say, oh my God, how dare you give people tips? You only have 12,000 subscribers. You're a nobody. You don't have that many followers on Instagram. I know I didn't say that I have a large following. In fact, in the intro, I reminded everyone that I don't. However, I do believe that there have been a couple things that I have sort of instilled in the way that I present myself online that has been working for me, and I have built my core audience, and those are the people that are liking every video, leaving a comment on every video, watching every video. Even if they're not doing the liking and the commenting, there are my that's my crew, my group of people. They'll listen to me talk about Axel, talk about my childhood, do a Target run with me. They're not just here for the influencer commentary or the drama or the tea side of my channel. They're here for it all. And I also consider those my YouTube subscribers that also follow me on Instagram. They want to know what I'm up to every day. They're watching my stories. And I appreciate every single one of my subscribers, but one of the things that I heard a long time ago was how important it is to build your core audience. And when I decided to do commentary, I also knew, I've talked about this before, that my subscribers would be a revolving door to a certain extent. It's not a lot of my subscribers, but there will be people who come and go. They're going to like one video where I share an opinion, and then they're going to hate the opinion that I share next month or next week, and they're going to leave. People, what I have seen is that some people who consume a lot of commentary content on YouTube is some of them can be a little finicky. They can be a little fickle with how quickly they are willing to leave your channel just because they disagree with one or two of your opinions. And that's okay, because we can all utilize our social media currency however we see fit, and I'm all good with that. I think that there's also this sort of misconception that, you know, people who do commentary get really upset when people leave their channel. It sucks to see people go. I won't deny that, But at the same time, I knew what I was signing up for once I ventured into commentary. And I'm not going to filter my opinions. I'm not going to use different language when this is how I'm actually feeling. I'm always going to be blunt, upfront, honest, and transparent with you guys. And people who like it, that's awesome. People who like it for only a short period of time, that's fine too. I'm only here to present my content to you guys, and hopefully you guys like most of it. If you don't like any of it, I'm open to whatever. I am not here to build a huge bottom line, because this is my meal ticket. This is how I pay my bills. It's not my meal ticket or how I pay my bills. And I think that also offers a different side as far as people that do YouTube. And that's just what I've seen in my personal opinion, where, I'm not here to get rich. I'm not here to constantly be asking for extra money. I'm putting my content out there for free. I get paid off my AdSense and my AdSense alone. And I am beyond grateful for anyone who takes time out of their day to watch my videos. So I want to share a couple of these little tidbits with you. And if you're a YouTube creator, great. If you're not, that's great too. This can also sort of be a segue into recognizing the type of YouTuber that you like to support. Maybe a couple of these things are things that you haven't seen from YouTubers, and it caused you to disengage or not subscribe anyway because you didn't see some of these sort of characteristics presented on someone's channel. The number one thing is building relationships with my subscribers. And I have had different opinions about parasocial relationships in the past, but I think that you can have your guard up and keep your personal safety at risk, but you can also build some amazing parasocial relationships when you are a YouTuber or someone on Instagram, where I'll give you guys an example. If someone DMs you and asks a question or responds to your story and says, whatever, hope you're having a good day, instead of just viewing that, respond back to them. And don't respond back with something super generic and boring. Open up a conversation with them. And, I have been able to have so many incredibly enlightening conversations with some of my subscribers. I'm not on Twitter, so most of this happens through email or on Instagram in DMs. And it has been so wonderful. Some of the conversations that I've had with my subscribers have literally gotten me through some of the darkest days that I've had, especially the past few months. And I absolutely love that. And I'm here to build parasocial relationships while simultaneously keeping myself safe and, not letting my guard down too much, because you also never know if someone is communicating through a sock account or talking to you because they have ill will or they really can't stand you. You just never know. But typically, when someone DMs you or contacts you, taking that opportunity to build a relationship with one of your subscribers is so powerful. And I'm not talking about we're best friends. Y'all know how I feel about the tag friends. It can be troublesome in some regard, but just taking that opportunity to humanize yourself and respond back with not just an emoji. And I'll respond back with emojis sometimes if I'm in the middle of something that is taking all of my attention, just to acknowledge it. But typically I do like to respond with a conversation starter, or actually letting that person know how much I appreciate them reaching out to me. And that is the beginning of a really solid relationship with a subscriber or a follower. And so, yeah, just, humanize yourself, build relationships when people reach out to you, because that's the thing. someone else can reach out to me because they know who I am. They watch my videos. I can't contact just any one of my random subscribers because I don't know how to contact them. So the people that want to take the time out of their day to reach out to you, cherish those people and allow them to be heard. Don't just allow their message to fall on deaf ears. It can be very frustrating, and it can also be a missed opportunity for the creator to get to know the people that are watching their videos. One of the other things I have to say is focus on giving instead of taking so much. I see this so often with influencers where, and I've talked about member programs and Patreon and putting things behind a paywall and constantly being a running ad for sponsored content. And I understand that that is an important part of being, especially a full-time YouTuber. But if you're starting that out of the gate by selling to your subscribers, it can really, to me, in my opinion, it can deter people from wanting to build long-term trust with you. It can just really put a damper on the subscriber being able to read the creator as a genuine person who isn't just there to collect money and try to make as much as they can off of YouTube. So while I understand that it's important for someone who does YouTube full time to incorporate sponsorships and generate other ways to make money, I also think that, if it comes too soon or if it's too much, it can really deter your audience and they will feel like it's just a never-ending sales pitch. That can be really frustrating for the subscriber. So it's really finding that healthy balance. I've seen this a lot in the true crime community where a lot of their content is sponsored, but it's because of the topics that they are discussing. They have to have the sponsorships or they're not going to be able to make any money. So with certain types of content creation, I understand why it might make sense. But on the flip side of that, I also think that if you're able to give a steady stream of content and try to figure out a schedule of, okay, this is when I should do a sponsored post, this is when I shouldn't, just finding that healthy balance so that your subscribers or your followers don't feel like they are constantly being sold to. I've seen this a lot with the mommy vloggers where everything on Instagram is sponsored, everything is a swipe up link. The beauty gurus will constantly be showing PR that they're getting, and PR is awesome, like do your thing. But when that's all that you're showing, it really makes the subscriber feel more like a customer instead of someone who's consuming your content. Okay, the next thing is consistency. I have talked about being consistent with content for over a year now. And that was one of the things that actually got me on Katie Joy's channel, was the fact that she was so consistent. And her consistent was sometimes multiple videos a day. And even though I ended up unsubscribing and, we know how the rest of that story went, I will give credit where credit is due, where she is extremely active on YouTube. And even if her content is trash, it's consistent trash, in my personal opinion. And that's something that sometimes I see people really struggling with being able to be consistent. And if, unless you're on YouTube to, you don't really care if your channel sinks or swims, then that's your journey. But for me, I do want my channel to be, sort of at the forefront of people discovering me, because I like when my videos get viewed. Let's be honest, even though YouTube is not my main source of income, that also doesn't mean that I don't want my videos getting viewed. Being consistent is so important. I've said this before, if your consistent is 2 videos a week, make sure that you are putting out 2 videos a week. If your consistent is every day, do your best to put out a video every day. Don't sign up for too much too early in the game, because if you're doing daily videos initially and then you burn out and then you're only doing 1 video every 10 days or 1 video a week, then that can be frustrating for the subscribers in a certain degree. And I realize that, life changes, life happens. But if it is going to go from a daily video down to a video every 10 days, that might be something that you want to let your subscribers know, like, hey, my upload schedule is changing. Because if you're totally flipping your upload schedule and you're not communicating it to your audience, then they will wonder, like, hey, what's going on? And I always say, if you don't provide some sort of information to the subscribers, you don't have to be super detailed, but if you don't give them anything, then they're going to come up with their own conclusions. And I would always rather be able to somewhat control the narrative by being transparent and saying, hey, my work schedule changed. I'm not going to be able to upload as often as I used to. This is when I expect to be back, or I don't know when I'm going to be back on a normal upload schedule, just to have that open line of communication so that they don't feel like maybe she doesn't care about giving us content anymore. And that could also equate to losing subscribers. And the last thing, I think that this is a pretty obvious tip, at least in my opinion it is, do not buy subscribers and do not buy views on YouTube. It can be very, for some people, I guess it can be very intriguing to say, oh, well, if I bought 5,000 subscribers, it would look like I have 5,000 people on my channel. That would give me a little bit more footing and get me a little bit more attention. I've never agreed with buying subscribers, and you can usually tell who is buying subscribers and who's not. Let's just say someone has 15,000 subscribers and their videos are never hitting over 300 views unless they are talking about a big YouTuber, and that's obviously getting them some attention. It's very obvious to spot these people, and I've always said, if you buy subscribers, then you're going to have to buy views, because you're trying to level out the subscriber to view ratio so that you are not being exposed as buying subscribers. People catch on to this very quickly. So even though the growth can be frustrating depending on what your motives are with your YouTube channel. And I have to say, growing over the last year has taught me so much patience and dedication to the product that I'm putting out to you guys, because I have realized that even if I lose a few over time, I will gain them back and we will continue to move forward. And I have built my little community, and I have actually loved the ups and downs and the peaks and pits. And if you don't love both sides of it, and if you just want to run up on your channel, put out a couple of videos, buy some subscribers, think that you're going to grow just because you have a lot of subscribers, even though you don't, that's just not the way that YouTube works. You have to be consistent. You have to humanize yourself. You have to, not appear like a running ad. And, the subscribers will come. You will find your community. But my best word of advice is to learn to love the ups and downs that is growing on YouTube. It is what it is. And alongside growing on YouTube, there will be periods of time where views are down and you might feel frustrated, especially if YouTube is your full-time job or you're trying to make it your full-time job. You might feel frustration because it's like, Why, why am I not getting any views? What's going on? Am I not using the right hashtags? That's a whole different conversation with like tags and description boxes and stuff. If you learn to love the peaks and the pits, you're not even going to be clocking your view count, because you will train yourself to be so focused on the love of creating content. So anyway, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this makes sense. I like to do these little, kind of tips videos, just because I know that so many influencers charge for their trade secrets. And at the end of the day, all of it is information that you can find online. All that they're doing is using their subscriber accounts and their platform as a way to charge people to give out these, not so secret secrets. So I will continue to create videos like this because I enjoy making them. And at the end of the day, you always have to remember that if you are going to put yourself out onto YouTube, you will get people that absolutely hate you. I've talked about this a lot, and I've heard from several of you that when you say, I really want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't think that I could deal with the nasty trolls and the hateful, vile behavior, because they have seen kind of what I have been through and some of the, chapters that I've gone through on YouTube. And I always tell them, if you realize that that's going to happen going in, and you can focus on that 99-to-1 rule, where it's, remember, for every 99 people that really adore you and love your channel, there will be that one person who just, you look right, they wanted you to look left, and you're spending too much money, you're not spending enough. Like, no matter what you're doing, it's wrong. And if you know that people like that exist, and you can put them over in their dark little corner of the internet and continue making content, being consistent, building those relationships with your subscribers, you will do just fine. You have to just tune out the noise. And when you have actual criticism, face it head on, listen to it, but learn how to tune out all of that other nonsense. So either way, that's going to be it for now. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.